Ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Good morning, everyone. This regular meeting of the Mobile County Commission is now called to order. If you would please stand for the invocation. It will be given today by Pastor Queen Gregory, who is our Mobile County Public Affairs Department Information Specialist. And if you would please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer. Commissioner Merceria Ludgood's mother passed away last evening. Miss Della Davis Ludgood at 97 years old. I ask you to please lift she and her family up in prayer.
Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we come as humbly as we know how, first and always to tell you thank you for your goodness and your mercy that follows us all the days of our lives. As we embark on this county commission meeting, Lord, we're reminded of the scriptures that says to trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to your own understanding, and in all our ways to acknowledge you, and you shall direct our path. So, Lord, I pray for Commissioner Merceria Ludgood, Commissioner Connie Hudson, and Commissioner Randall Dewitt, that they will trust in the gifts you've given to them, the gifts of knowledge, wisdom, and vision. And we will continue to bless the residents and the employees of Mobile County with the gifts that you have imparted to them. These and all other blessings we ask in your Son's name, and in agreement we all say, amen.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. This morning we have a couple of presentations. First of all, in recognition of Building Safety Month, we have from our Inspections Department, Mr. Paul Antwine and Tim Jordan. If you would please join us up front. Right this way, gentlemen. Good morning. Gentlemen, we are so appreciative of the job that you do. You know, this is a very, very important job that the county has to make sure buildings are up to code and everything is safe. The citizens are very dependent on that, and we are grateful for the service that your department provides. And in honor of the Building Safety Month at May of 2021, we have a resolution. Whereas our county is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and economic value of the homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serve our citizens, both in everyday life and in times of disaster. And whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas our nation benefits economically and technologically from using the international codes that are developed by a national voluntary consensus code and standard developing organization, our government is able to avoid the high cost and complexity of developing and maintaining these codes, which are most widely adopted building safety and fire prevention codes in the world. These modern building codes include safeguards to protect the public from hazards such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildland fires, floods, and earthquakes. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our local code officials who assure us of safe, sustainable, energy-efficient, and livable buildings that are essential to America's prosperity. And whereas Prevent, Prepare, Protect, Building Codes Save, the theme for Building Safety Month 2021 encourages all Americans to raise awareness about the importance of safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigation, energy conservation, water safety. And be it resolved that the County Commission does hereby proclaim May 2021 as Building Safety Month in Mobile County, Alabama. Furthermore, we urge all citizens to consider the commitment to improve building safety, resilience, and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided by all of us by local, state, building departments, fire prevention bureaus, and federal agencies in protecting lives and property. Gentlemen, thank you. Would you step over this way, and I will let either of you or both make a comment.
All right. So I want to thank the commission first of all. When we adopt these codes, y'all support us. Nothing else matters but if we don't have that support. Ricky Mitchell, Matthew Barcliff, and Tom Waters is our leadership that support us. They treat us as professionals and allow us. Me and Paul serve on multiple boards throughout the state, local, worldwide for him. A mentor to me is Mr. Paul that teaches us younger as we come up as inspectors and to be involved with these organizations and understanding what that commitment, what in return we get back for it, for our community and throughout the state. I'll just share with you real quick, Mobile County was asked to do some energy studies. The Department of Energy come in with residential and commercial. And I'll let you know that Mobile County shined in those audits because we enforce the codes and follow up. And these organizations that we're part of, we organize training for all the jurisdictions around throughout the state. That includes builders, contractors, architects, and engineers. We teach them how to do it right at the beginning, and then we follow up with the construction and see through to the end. So just want to let you know that Mobile County stands out in the state as far as energy. Of course, you know, with the wind and hail events we have weekly, if you ride around and look at these structures, how well they're holding up, and that's a testament to what we do in our job. So I appreciate all the support for all of y'all. We can't stand here and do this unless we have the support from the commission, and like I said, our leadership. Thank y'all.
Thank you, gentlemen. You make us proud. We need to get some pictures. Just one moment. Thanks, Paul. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Okay, Mr. Eddie Irby, we have a special presentation. I'm going to hand the microphone off to Mr. Irby. He is the founding member of the 92nd Division chapter of the Buffalo Soldiers of World War II, and he has some presentations to make today to members of our Sheriff's Department. And I'm gonna let you take over from here. So good to see you, Mr. Irby.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Would you like to put these down?
Yeah, let me put these down first. Last month on April the 12th, we were called to do a special ride presentation to one of my soldiers who had turned 100 years old. Now, the senior man in our group, Mr. Taylor Howard, had just turned 102. The other man, Mr. Robert Curtis Andre of Mount Vernon, had just turned 96. And the third man, Billy McFadden of Pritchard, he also turned 96. But it happened during the time that the pandemic was at its worst, so we couldn't do anything. We just prayed with them, made sure that they got their medications, help them take care of their families, and they were all good. And so I called Miss Sarah Ludgood's secretary there, and Dina, about 2 days before the ride along, and I said, look, I got 15 or 20 motorcycles with the Patriot Guard riders, of which I'm one of them. I have some distinguished guests here. In fact, one was a colonel from Afghanistan. He's here now. His wife was German. She had never seen anything like this before because we told them we want to meet at the hotel there in Satsuma. had the Satsuma Police, the Creola Police, the Mount Vernon Police, the Saraland Police, all lined up. But I said, we need some sheriff deputies because these guys can go anywhere, anytime. And so when I called, I don't know if it was Dina or the one next to you, Miss Ludgood's secretary, I said, can you send us a couple of deputies? And sure enough, when we got that to the hotel, these guys were there. And ladies and gentlemen, we were so impressed because going up 43 in the daytime or nighttime, and those big trucks will pass you like you're backing up. And so we didn't want to, but we were afraid for the bikers, and we had some new people here from Germany and other places, so we wanted to make a real impression. These two guys showed up. Mr. Nixon here, I've been knowing for since 100 years. I mean, we go way back. So I knew him as soon as he come up, but it was a very, very emotional thing there. And the lady from Germany told me, you know, after we got there and had the 100th birthday for the Buffalo Soldier, she told me, she said, well, you know, this is really impressive because they are not allowed to do that in Germany. You know, a German always don't get nothing. I mean, if he don't think he'll get a shot if he was in World War II. So it was really nice to go up there and do that. These guys got out, gave the man a salute, as well as the Patriot Guard riders and myself. But we wanted to say thank you. You know, we say thank you and then they go on about their business, but we wanted to not only give them a certificate of appreciation, we have our own wall that's about to go up in Pritchard. And on that wall, we have men in there, we call the Magnificent Seven, including Henry C. Williams of Plateau, who was a Purple Heart, World War II Buffalo Soldier, John Burks in Pritchard, World War II Buffalo Soldier, John Davis, 327 Elm Street, he died at 106, Buffalo Soldier. So we have a lot going on. So we said, let's start giving these guys something that they can remember. It's not much, we don't have any money, and we do things right off the cuff of our sleeve. So the first thing I want to do is give them a certificate of appreciation to Deputy Christopher Williams and who's the other man's name? John Nixon. And I have two other things for them too, because we have also become part of the Veterans History Project, meaning everything we do from here on out, we document it and it goes straight to the Library of Congress. So these guys are going to be not only become part of this, but they're going to become part of our history. So let me present these two certificates first. The second part of that is this is our wall that's going up in Pritchard. It's already, we got a painter for it and everything else, and Miss Ludgood is helping us get together. This thing is 35 feet tall and 300 feet wide. Also, I've got another picture I'm going to show you that's going right in the midst of it, but this is something that we've been working on for, I guess, umpteen years, and the property is ours. It was donated to us by Grills. This is yours. And because they are products of the Veterans History Project now, that everything they do with us, we document it, we put that name to it, and this is some books on the Veteran History Project. Now this button here, we're going to give them one just like we wear now. But I also have the original speech. You know, when Hollywood does something about the war, they have to dress it up, particularly because they don't want to have any bad words. Well, George Patton was full of bad words. So I'm going to give them a copy of the speech that was done in Nancy, France in 1944 when George Patton was getting ready to go into Berlin. He had run out of gas, he had run out of food, he had run out of medical supplies. The only group left to do anything was the 761st Black Tank Battalion. They had M4 Sherman tanks. They were 100 miles in the opposite direction. But when Patton calls you, everybody want to be on it. So these were the only black soldiers that went into combat in that thing. And that gentleman that you saluted, he was one of those. In fact, it was such a unique experience. This man not only went and fought with Patton there in the infantry, but he was a sharpshooter. This man could put a part in a mosquito's head at 50 yards in the middle of the night. And so Patton loved these guys. So what he did, Patton called Ike called MacArthur, and this man, Mr. Robert Serling, also fought in Guam. He did the island hopping thing. He was in Guam, Guadalcanal, Leyte Gulf, Okinawa, and all the way up the line there. And this last, I'll just leave this with Miss Ludgood's secretary. This is what I say, it's a rare picture that's going to be all over the internet and all over the world right now. In fact, there is a film crew on its way here from the United Kingdom to interview Mr. Robert C. Andre, because some of the children of that area where the Black Tank Battalion was have found a lot of stuff that was hidden. So what they want to do, one of the young ladies, Megan, started her own production company, so they'll be here. You'll see a lot of activity on the TV in the next few weeks about what we're doing up there. But Mr. Andre pictures on here when he was 19 years old. Henry C. Williams pictures on here after he got his Purple Heart. My brother pictures on here. He was one of the Green Berets. He was the only group of Green Berets that chased the VC all the way into Cambodia. And this also has my picture of me, and it has that things on here. I'd like to present this to the second issue here.
We'll make sure.
Okay, well, I'll give it to Ms. Hudson here, and then she can pass it on to Ms. Ludgood. We also made Ms. Ludgood, this is something new that came up. When people join the 92nd from now on, we have a certificate of appreciation with our logo, the buffalo on it, as well as the M1911, the 44 caliber U.S. Army issued 45. Is that okay? And while she's coming, I just want to thank the county commission, even all the way over to Jerry Carl. You know, we got one program we're going to put together here. It's called Last of the Foxhole Fighters. We did it we did it in 2019 before the pandemic hit. Jerry Carl was there as a commissioner during that time. This time when we have it, we're going to invite him back. Now he's Congressman Carl, so he'll be our guest speaker. We just have to do something around his thing. But these guys, and again, whatever we do, when we have a program, they and their family will be invited to it, and they won't have to pay for it. But dinner didn't cost me $35, but it wasn't to raise money. It was just to raise money just to pay off the food service and that sort of thing. But Ms. Hudson, thank you so much. Let me give this to her so you can.
Thank you.
Okay, give her a book too so she can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you need to get some pictures? Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Well, that's okay if Deborah that's okay if Deborah has to go.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Irby. Great job, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, very good. Dina, do we have any speakers? Whoops. Careful.
Caught myself. Good morning, Commissioners. Danny Cordy from the Mobile Sports Authority is here for an update.
Okay, great. Come on down, Danny. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Boy, that's a tough act to follow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Again, Danny Cordy, Executive Director of the Mobile Sports Authority. I also want to start by sending our condolences and prayers to Commissioner Ludgood for the passing of her mother. How about that, 97 years old? It'd be nice if we all can make it to that age. And then Mr. Irby, you got to commend him for the keeping the memories alive of the Buffalo Soldiers. He mentioned 96-year-olds and 102-year-olds. That's just amazing to me. I love that kind of stuff. So, again, Danny Cordy of the Mobile Sports Authority. Before I get started on the update, I just want to thank you as a commission for the investment and the support that you've given us in our mission over the last 10 years or so. We hope we've delivered on what our mission is of taking your investment along with the city of Mobile and turn it into a little bit of a return. So we want to thank you in that. It's been a little while since I've been in front of you. Obviously, it's been I guess to use a term, an interesting 14 months in our country, in our world, and especially in the tourism industry and the sports tourism industry. And the thing that we have found out over the last 14 months is, even though sports took a little bit of a hiatus last summer, we didn't have any events for about 3.5 months. Sports never really turned off, and we were lucky in our part of the world that with where we're located, that we, outside of those 3.5 months, we were continuing to host events which brought people to town, brought people to the county, that obviously the economic impact was real important at the time. So, for instance, when Mardi Gras was canceled, we went to work this past February and put 4 volleyball tournaments in the convention center, which ended up really being good events for us. Sure, it's not Mardi Gras, it's not on that level, but at least we were doing something. And just, again, to kind of show you how the sports events have sort of turned back on, our fiscal year, just like the city and the county, is October 1. For the first quarter of the fiscal year, from October 1 into December, we hosted 5 events, okay? Then, right after the first of the year, things really started heating back up. From early February to early May, we hosted 14 events. So you can see that sports really, and we saw it in the Great Recession about 12, 13 years ago, sports tourism, I don't want to say it's recession resistant, but it's sure close to it. And what we have found, it's coming back with a vengeance. We hosted a volleyball tournament last month, which we do every year for the last 7 years, the Gulf Coast Region Volleyball Tournament. It was the largest volleyball tournament, youth volleyball tournament, ever held in Mobile County. So these kids are wanting to come back and play. They missed a lot of time last year, and that's what we're seeing is a lot of the numbers are up in their participation sports, and of course that's hopefully good for us as we go. Just a few numbers. Let's see. So far this year, I mentioned a few things. We've attracted 19 sports events in the county, which we estimate generated between $9 and $10 million economic impact to the local economy. We don't have all the reports in from all our events, so that's an estimate. Of those 19 events, the sports involved were cheer, youth, high school and college football, tennis, volleyball, golf, softball, ultimate frisbee, yes, ultimate frisbee, track and field, gymnastics, and college baseball. Of those 19 events, 16 of those were considered youth, high school, or college, and that's, in our industry, that is really what you want. You want as many of the youth-oriented sports as possible, because a lot of times they'll bring parents, grandparents, siblings, and other like that. So that's really the more lucrative part of the sporting event industry. Coming up this summer, just as an update, we have our 80-plus team Ballin' on the Bay 5th annual youth basketball tournament coming up in the convention center, not this weekend, but the following weekend. Something unique we did a few years ago, coming up the weekend, I believe, of June 11th through 13th, the World Championship Turkey Calling Contest, and this year a Southeastern Hunting and Fishing Expo. So we're taking an event which you don't think a lot about, which has a lot of passion behind it. We're turning it into a competition, and now we're going to add an expo, a hunting and fishing expo to it. So we hope, we'll see how that goes, and hopefully that's something that can continue to grow. In July, we have our 10th annual Dolphin Street Vault. Of course, that did not happen last year. Another unique event. that these guys are pole vaulting, guys and girls are pole vaulting down Dolphin Street, something you don't see every day. Also this year, working with Babe Ruth Baseball, we've been able to attract 2 state tournaments here. I believe it's the 10 and 12-year-olds, and 2 regional tournaments, which are the 8 and 12-year-olds. Again, those youth-oriented sports, hopefully bringing parents and grandparents to town. That's in June and July, and it culminates in early August with our Babe Ruth World Series for 16 to 18-year-olds, which will be held at Hank Aaron Stadium. And the summer ends up with our 29th annual Mobile Challenge of Champions cross-country meet held at Langen Park. Steve Schoenwald and his group do a great job with that, and we've been supporting them almost since day one, back to even our predecessor organization back in the late 90s. So overall, between now and the end of the calendar year, we have 20 sports events scheduled with the possibility of adding even more. And I can't get away without mentioning our Mobile County Soccer Complex, and as we build that out, we're going to be hosting more events there as we increase the fields. Of course, I think the championship field is going to be very important as we go after high school and college events. And besides soccer, I think I mentioned it, we've already hosted lacrosse and ultimate frisbee there. Two sports you really didn't think about when we built the complex. So in closing, the future is bright for not only that complex, but also for many different sporting events coming back to Mobile County. And again, I can't thank you enough for the support, and of course, we're always available to answer any questions, and we love what we do. We love bringing people to town through sports, and hopefully that will continue, and it'll get bigger and better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danny. That is exciting news. It's great to see that things have really picked up and are going well. So thank you so much for being here to share that good news with us. Do we have any additional speakers?
No one else is signed up to address the commission.
Okay. Well, at this time, Glenn, if you would please go through the agenda.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of April 26, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, approve the list of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given an opportunity to be heard for or against any item related to the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance.
This public hearing is now in session. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number 4, hold a public hearing to receive citizens' comments regarding and propose substantial amendment to the program year 2020 action plan.
This public hearing is now in session. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number 5, adopt a substantial amendment to the program year 2020 action plan following the comment period and public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Number 6, hold a public hearing to receive citizens' comments regarding the proposed substantial amendment to the program year 2019 action plan.
The public hearing is now open. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number 7, adopt a substantial amendment to the program year 2019 action plan following the comment period and public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Number 8, hold a public hearing to receive citizens' comments regarding the proposed substantial amendment to the coronavirus activities of program year 2020 action plan.
The public hearing is now open. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this matter? There being none, the public hearing is now closed.
Number 9, adopt a substantial amendment to the coronavirus activities of program year 2020 action plan following the comment period and public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Number 10, approve a contract with Wolfpack Parent Teachers Organization in the amount of $12,115.68 from District 1 funds to purchase football equipment and uniforms for Viger High School.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner, if you wish, 11 through 15 is the Highway Traffic Division grants, if you want to take all those at once.
Yes, please take those together.
Okay. Can you get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Number 16, approve contract with Rosa A. Lot Preservation Society, Inc. in the amount of $40,000 from District 1 funds to repair a donated house to use by Rosa A. Lot Preservation Society, Inc. to provide after-school tutoring and enrichment programs for children attending the City of Citronelle area schools.
So moved.
Second.
Number 17, adopt a resolution authorizing the request of the Electronics Department to dispose of certain items.
So moved.
Second.
Number 18, approve assigning contract to Thompson Engineering, Inc. for professional services associated with the Theodore Oaks parking lot for site assessment, design, bidding, and project administration for parking lot resurfacing in the amount of $31,000.
So moved.
Second.
Excuse me. Number 19, approve assigning contract to the Architect Group, Inc. for professional service associated with Mobile Government Plaza Security Control Center for design, including electrical and mechanical engineering services, bidding, and project administration for the new Court Police Security Control Center located on the ground floor of Mobile County Plaza in the amount of $19,500.
So moved.
Second.
Number 20, accept a grant award from the Corporation for National and Community Services for the continuation of AmeriCorps Senior Mobile County Foster Grandparent Program in the amount of $395,210 for a project period July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022, with a local match of $103,671.
So moved.
Second.
21, approve application for Dogecourt LLC for off-premise retail beer and table wine license.
So moved.
Second.
22, adopt a resolution authorizing the request of probate court to dispose of certain items.
So moved.
Second.
23, approve change order number 3 with Tyndall Construction LLC for Sims Senior Center Edition. This change order will decrease the contract by $2,735.80 to remove unused allowance, and the new contract amount will be $1,005,659.12.
So moved.
Second.
24, authorize amending subrecipient agreement with the City of Chickasaw for a CDBG sewer rehabilitation project to extend the term from June 30th, 2021 to October 28th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
25, authorize all advertising related to the coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds as for professional services project or other without further commission approval.
So moved.
Second.
26, adopt a resolution authorizing a request of the Mobile County Board of Equalization to dispose of certain items.
So moved.
Second.
27, adopt a resolution dissolving the Board of Directors of the Senior Companion Program of Mobile County.
So moved.
Second.
28, approve a resolution adopting the 2021 Alabama Division, a multi-hazard mitigation plan for Mobile County as required by the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 and FEMA local multi-hazard mitigation planning guidance.
So moved.
Second.
29, approve application of Infinity Liquor for lounge retail liquor license.
So moved.
Second.
30, approve request of the Sheriff's Office to add the internally purchased boat and trailer to their fleet as equipment as follows.
So moved.
Second.
31, consider taking the following action on bids.
So moved.
Second.
32, approve renewal of contract with Terminex Commercial in the amount of $574 for liquid defense system.
So moved.
Second.
33, approve renewal of support contract with TSA Inc. under the current purchasing cooperative contract National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance, contract 01-75 in the amount of $10,053.72 for servers and storage.
So moved.
Second.
34, approve renewal of support contract with TSA Inc. in the amount of $13,576.92 for 3-par storage array for the County Commission.
So moved.
Second.
35, approve a 36-month lease agreement with Sharp Electronics Corporation from CPC Office Technologies under the current state contract for one Sharp copier in the amount of $124.94 per month for the County Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Number 36 was voted at the conference. Number 37, approve purchase of highway speed truck mounted excavator under the current ACCA Alabama County Joint Bidding Program from Tractor and Equipment Company in a total amount of $241,600 for Engineering and Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
38, recommend approving agreement of relocation of water line facilities in conflict with proposed roadway improvements within county right-of-way with Mobile County Water, Sewer, and Fire Protection Authority for Sunset Road Bridge replacement. This agreement allows 5 working days to complete the relocation activities. There is no cost to Mobile County.
So moved.
Second.
39, approving supplemental agreement number 1 with John G. Walton Construction, Inc., Project Mobile County Soccer Complex Road for the addition of a mowing pay item, increasing the contract amount by $4,500.
So moved.
Second.
Number 40, excuse me. Recommend authorize the acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds and/or easements from the following property owners for the following projects.
So moved.
Second.
41, recommend approving agreement for relocation of water line facilities in conflict with proposed roadway improvements within county right-of-way with Grand Bay Water Works Board for project Grand Farms Road West. The total estimated cost to Mobile County is $103,280.
So moved.
Second.
42, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 1 in the amount of $500 for project Tanner Williams Road resurfacing, restoration, and rehabilitation.
So moved.
Second.
43, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreements for Track 3 in the amount of $5,000, Track 6 in the amount of $500, Track 7 in the amount of $250, and Track 12 in the amount of $50 for project Andre Road grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved.
Second.
Number 44, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 4 in the amount of $250 for project Joyce Circle, Lloyd Road, and Williams Road, grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved.
Second.
45, approving the right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 14 in the amount of $565.20 for project Canal Road, Carlisle Drive, Lambert Lane, and Renee Drive, grade, drain, base, and pave.
So moved.
Second.
46, recommend denial of a waiver for Section 4.21 and 4.26 of subdivision regulations and disapprove the preliminary and final plat of Mila Estates.
So moved.
Second.
47, recommend approving preliminary plat only of Hamilton Ridge subdivision Phase 1 and approving a preliminary final plat only of Hamilton Ridge subdivision Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
48, recommend approving preliminary and final plat of re-subdivision of Lot 11, Georgetown Estates, and approving preliminary and final plat of re-subdivision of Lots 3 and 9, Oak Lane, and approving preliminary and final plat of re-subdivision of amended Creekmore Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
49, recommend ascending to the county engineer's approval of extension of approval for the preliminary plat for 1 year from previous date of approval, Sierra Estates Phase 2, Burlington Estates Phase 2.
So moved.
Second.
50, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 2 with John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc., Project West Lake Road North for modification to existing roadway pipe to increase the contract by $3,208.17.
So moved.
Second.
Number 51, recommend approving agreement for relocation of gas and sewer line facilities in conflict with proposed roadway improvements with South Alabama Utilities for project McKell Speaks Way. This agreement allows 15 working days to complete the relocation activities. There is no cost to the county.
So moved.
Second.
Number 52, recommend approving policy for acceptance of drainage easements.
So moved.
Second.
53, commission announcements and/or comments.
Commissioner, any comments?
Just real quick, Danny, I wanted to say thank you for what you do, not only for sports tourism in Mobile, you and your board, but also what you guys do for our local youth sports here. That's very important, and we appreciate what you do. And on that note, I also want to, last meeting, we approved a tract of land that's adjacent to the West Mobile Park there. It's on Leroy Stevens Road, and we've closed on that property, and I wanted to make a small announcement that we plan to put a disc golf course right there in the near future. We haven't come up with a name or anything that we're still in the beginning phases of that, but I'm excited about disc golf. It's a very popular sport, and I think we have several courses already on county properties in Mobile County, and I'm excited to have one in West Mobile.
Thank you. I think we did have one retiree. Dina, I did not get the name. Do you? It's one, I know it's someone from
Mr. Alan
Sheriff's.
Carpenter.
Alan Carpenter?
He's a deputy sheriff with 20 years of service.
Okay, well, very good. Well, we certainly wish him the very best. This is a slow month to only have one. We usually have quite a list. But anyway.
He had an additional 20 years with the Mobile Police Department
Oh,
before he
really?
came to the
So
sheriff's
he's
office.
got 40 years of
Yeah.
law enforcement
Yeah.
experience. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, well, I think, does anyone have anything else? Are we, all right. I think we're ready to,
We have an indigent care after this.
okay, we do. Yes, excuse me.
PFM will be immediately following the meeting doing their presentation on the American Rescue Plan.
Okay, so we will meet with them.
Right here, yeah.
Right here after this meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Number 54, approve request for a motion to adjourn until June 14, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
We'll go right into this meeting of the Indigent Care Board is now called to order.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the meeting of April 26, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, accept a report from Mobile County Commission of the balance in the Indigent Care Fund at April 30, 2021. Funds available, $134,062.60.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, approve request for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.